Hello, all. Welcome to the Model Way podcast, where we inspire, motivate, and teach new and seasoned models industry standards. My name is Lenny Wheeler. I'm your host. And today we're going to be talking about a subject that's been dear to my heart because most people don't really believe that they can model after a certain age. And I kind of want to debunk that thing and kind of tell you, well, to be honest with you, most people that come into the business start off when they're really young, and usually it's about 17 or 18, sometimes maybe even 16 or 15. I've had them as young as 13 and 12 start, but usually the earlier you start, the better, just because you can kind of move into the industry a little bit. However, when models start working and they get placed and they start going to castings and start booking jobs, things like that, they tend to hit a wall. That wall is usually a graveyard in their heads. It's usually a death sentence. When they hit that death sentence, they think they're actually done with their careers in modeling. I'm here to tell you, usually most people start at that age, but when you hit about 30, that's when the reality just kind of sinks in and you really just think you're just done. When they hit that, usually the statistics will tell us a little bit different, because the statistics will tell you that usually the average age for modeling is around 45 and a half. That's crazy, guys, because a lot of people aren't really embracing maturity or embracing their age because they get doubts in their heads and they think, really, why am I doing this? Because I don't look like those girls do at 20 years old, 21 years old. You should embrace who you are. Embrace who you are, because that's who you are. You're mature, you've got the bag, you're holding the bag, if you got bank, your kids are out of the house, you can do what you need to do, you can do what people have probably been telling you to do, that you should model, you should get in front of there. How many of you have had that before? How many of you had that before and had somebody come up to you and say, hey, I think you look pretty good, you probably can model right now, right? A lot of us get that in our heads and we're like, oh no, I can't do that. Just like me, I've had people for years tell me that I should be doing radio, and look at me now. I'm here right on this podcast doing this because I took the belief in doing it after all the years and training that I've had and the experiences. I put myself in a position of where I like talking and educating people. By the way, that reminds me, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please make any comments or anything like that you feel necessary, or if you have any concerns or questions, I would love to hear your answers, right? So what's the question? Can you make it over 30 or 40 or 50 years old? My answer is yes, you can. There's a lot of reasons why I say. Just like I said before, you're holding the bag, right? You have the wallet. Most of the people don't have that at that age in the lower 20s. They're not actually the market that those advertisers are looking for and those brands are looking for. They're not looking for the youngsters to buy the Gucci bags. Those are things that you got to look at and just kind of really reevaluate yourself and kind of say, hey, can we actually do this? I've had a lot of models come up to me and say that, like, Lenny, I'm just too old. Well, it just kind of aggravates me because the brands are really trying to target those markets where they can get more money and get the things that they need out of it so you can have the products that you're looking for, right? And so what you got to say is like, man, my kids are out of the house. I'm married. I have a career. It's just going good. You're in your primes, right? And so these brands are looking for that so you can buy things, right? So you can pay for the things that they're actually trying to advertise. They're looking for somebody that they can relate to, when they see themselves and they look at the magazines, because really it comes down to commercial. Beauty brands are looking for your type because that's what they're marketing to, and they're embracing these ideas because, like I said, you do have the bag. And I know I keep repeating myself over and over, but I just want to get that instilled in your head because you got to think about that and look at that and then go from there. So let's take it back and kind of take some statistics to put together on this thing. So as I was doing some research, I'm finding out that between females and males, as far as like in the business, 77% are going to be females and the remaining are going to be males. So females, you dominate the industry. You're the ones that are buying, you're the ones that are looking at magazines, you're the one that's seeing the advertisements, you're the one that's looking at all the brands, you're the one that's going to hubby and saying, I like this bag, I want this line, I want this top, I want this blouse, I want this skirt, etc., etc. So you're the ones that are looking for it, right? They're not targeting the younger crowd like I said they were. They are targeting the young crowd, but it's specifically meant for the mature crowd. We look at age ranges, and the average age is 45.2 years old. Typical range is 16 to 21. Remember when I said that, your modeling career starts in between those ages usually, and so when you start getting up to 24, 25, back in the day, 15 years ago, it was a dead horse for most people, and then most models thought that they were done, but they don't know how to transition into that next moment where they get into a mature status, where they're doing more wedding gowns and things like that. There's plenty of models in their 40s that I know that are working, and they're working pretty hardcore in this business. So one thing that you have to really, be mindful of is making your presence known. So if you don't have anybody, you're more than welcome to reach out and kind of let me help you, guide you to that, and just get you some kind of consultation so you kind of understand what you're looking at and what it takes to get there. I'm talking from styling. Stop making yourself frumpy. Stop making yourself look just like a homebody all the time. Kind of dress yourself up and get into a status to where you can be seen. You have to look at yourself as a model and treat yourself like a model when you're everywhere. Okay? Get your styling together. Hire a personal stylist. Hire you somebody that can give you a nice makeover and look at your hair, get you a haircut, trim your hair, trim your bangs. Don't color your hair if it's going gray. Leave it there. Like I said, that is a moneymaker. You're platinum, right? And so try to get these things put together so you're in your best shape ever, right? Get in shape. That's okay to be shaped. You can still be, I've gone through menopause, or, I hear that all the time, well, my body's just not the same. Well, it's not, but you can still be in shape. You can still get in shape, and you can still make yourself look presentable and approachable. Okay. You have to treat yourself like that so you can be seen. Now, so when you do that, you start getting photographs, you start putting things together, you start building a portfolio. Like I said, you put your online presence out there and create a page that looks exactly like that. Okay. Make it look like a modeling page to where you have that. You don't have to be out there showing your behind off or nothing like that. You can be elegant and beautiful when you show these things off to the world, because you never know who's looking. They're always looking at internet. They're always looking at Instagram, TikTok, all this stuff. You can advertise yourself really well on there because that's what people are on. They're constantly online looking at stuff. I'm really big on like taking classes. Classes and training are extremely important because it's just going to give you that confidence that you need and give you that boost. Some of you had never walked in heels, and it's kind of crazy because you can be 40, 50 years old and you never walked in a pair of heels. But if you get into somebody and you take a runway class and have somebody show you how to be elegant with heels on, with a nice beautiful dress or a really nice commercial look that looks really good and pleasant. Okay, something approachable, something that looks common, something that everybody's turning heads on. If somebody looks at you and says, wow, I want to be just like her. Guys, the same way. You need to put on a pair of slacks. You need to put on a nice tie, give you that commercial look where they are looking for that. A lot of businessmen wear stuff like that and they're needing people to advertise for things like that. A lot of the agencies here in Dallas are very good with commercials, and there's a lot of good stuff out there for these people that are getting on there. But we'd love to see you like that. Again, I'm available for consultation. Please subscribe, and just go ahead and follow us, and then just actually comment on this too and let me know what you think on that. I'm going to be having another episode coming up soon where we're going to talk about styling and going over these things and trying to get your wardrobes together and things like that. So that's super important. I can't stress that enough. Once you get your wardrobe together, we find you a photographer, get in front of the photographer to take you some really nice photos so you can have something that's clean, not over edited, and it just looks good with great lighting and a little bit of great makeup. This has been a great show. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing your comments and your likes and subscriptions to the website and also on the YouTube channels. I'm really looking forward to you guys really liking, subscribing, and commenting on the section here to just kind of see what you're liking there, but we're looking forward to it. My name is Lenny Wheeler. This is The Model Way, and until next time, hasta la vista.